The finale of Bridgerton season 4 Part 1 left viewers reeling, with secrets exposed, romances tested, and unexpected choices that could change everything in the coming episodes. One moment that seemed small at first glance, the whispered words, the barely noticed action carries the weight of consequences that no one could have predicted. As Part 1 closes, questions hang in the air. Who really got what they wanted? Who lost their chance at love, respect, or freedom? And what does it mean for the future of the Bridgerton family and their closest allies? Every plot thread that has been building over the season comes to a head in ways both subtle and explosive. And understanding these details is key to making sense of the cliffhanger that leaves Part 1 on edge. From the very first episode of Season 4, the tension has been building around love, social expectations, and personal ambition. Anthony Bridgerton continues to struggle with the pressures of his title and his growing desire for connection and independence. Kate Sharma, intelligent, confident, and determined to protect her family's reputation, finds herself navigating the dangerous waters of society while also confronting her own feelings, which often clash with her duty. Their dynamic, filled with tension and misunderstandings, sets the tone for the major events leading to the ending. Meanwhile, Penelope Featherington and her family have been working quietly behind the scenes, each decision influencing the fates of those around them. The writers have masterfully woven these storylines so that even minor moments ripple forward, influencing decisions, alliances, and the shifting social balance in Bridgerton's world. Throughout Part 1, viewers have seen romantic entanglements reach turning points that feel both inevitable and shocking. Moments that might have seemed insignificant, like a private conversation in a dimly lit room, a secret letter exchanged, or a hesitant glance across a ballroom, gain enormous weight in hindsight. Anthony's struggle between desire and duty has been mirrored by Kate's own conflict, the tension between following her heart and following her sense of responsibility. The series emphasizes how personal choices intersect with social expectations. Every character must carefully navigate these pressures while trying to maintain appearances. And the finale is where the full impact of those choices becomes unavoidable. The finale of Part 1 also highlights the power of secrets, hidden feelings, undisclosed information, and private plans suddenly come to the surface, causing shockwaves through the Bridgerton circle and beyond. Penelope's quiet intelligence and subtle maneuvering have played a critical role, influencing events in ways that only a close viewer might notice. Observant fans might recognize the foreshadowing of these moments earlier in the season, small reactions, hesitations, or expressions that hinted at the decisions characters would make when faced with high-stakes situations. The writers have carefully layered these details to make the ending both satisfying and provocative, leaving audiences eager to see how the consequences will unfold in Part 2. In addition to the personal drama, the social stakes remain high. The Bridgerton family, along with their allies and rivals, must operate within a society that judges harshly and rewards cunning. Status, reputation, and alliances dictate choices and actions, meaning that even acts of love or loyalty are influenced by social expectations. As Part 1 concludes, these pressures intersect with personal desires in ways that create conflict, tension, and dramatic reveals. The result is a finale that balances emotion, intrigue, and suspense, leaving the audience questioning motivations, loyalties, and what each character will risk or sacrifice next. Every detail, from whispered confessions to public confrontations, carries significance, and the ending makes it clear that no one is truly free from consequence. Section 2 dives straight into the finale, where tensions that have been simmering throughout the season finally boil over. The last episodes of Part 1 place the main characters in situations that force them to confront their desires, fears, and the consequences of their past choices. Anthony Bridgerton's storyline reaches a critical point as he faces the reality of his feelings for Kate Sharma. Their relationship, built on a mix of attraction, frustration, and mutual respect, reaches a moment where neither can ignore the depth of their connection. In the final scenes, Anthony is confronted with the undeniable truth that his social obligations and personal pride can no longer hide the intensity of his emotions. Every glance, hesitation, and carefully chosen word carries weight, reflecting the season-long tension between heart and duty. This culminates in an emotional confrontation that sets the stage for irreversible decisions, leaving viewers both satisfied and anxious for what comes next. Meanwhile, Kate Sharma's arc also reaches a turning point in the finale. Throughout Part 1, she has balanced her own aspiration with the need to protect her family's reputation. In the closing episodes, Kate's choices are shaped not just by her feelings for Anthony, but also by the consequences of social scrutiny and the looming expectations of society. One of the most notable moments occurs when she publicly asserts her agency, demonstrating both courage and intelligence. Her actions are strategic, reflecting her understanding of social power while also highlighting her personal vulnerability. The finale portrays her as both strong and human, struggling with the push and pull of love, duty, and personal ambition. It is this combination of strength and vulnerability that makes the ending emotionally resonant, showing how far the characters have evolved over the course of the season. At the same time, secondary storylines converge in ways that heighten tension. Penelope Featherington, who has often maneuvered behind the scenes, plays a crucial role in how events unfold. Her subtle interventions and carefully timed disclosures influence both public perception and private decisions, revealing her growing confidence and strategic mind. The finale emphasizes her ability to shape outcomes without directly stepping into the spotlight, reflecting a theme that runs throughout the season, that power and influence often operate quietly. Through intelligence, observation, and patience, Penelope's storyline also provides emotional depth, as her personal growth mirrors the challenges faced by the central characters, reminding viewers that the Bridgerton world is shaped as much by subtle cunning as by dramatic confrontations. The final moments of Part 1 are filled with both revelation and ambiguity, leaving lingering questions for Part 2. Secrets are revealed, alliances are tested, and the delicate balance between love and social expectation is thrown into disarray. The scenes are carefully constructed to create tension. Small gestures, fleeting expressions, and seemingly minor dialogue carry enormous significance. Viewers are left questioning who will succeed, who will falter, and what the repercussions will be for each character. By focusing on the emotional and social stakes, rather than just plot twists, the finale manages to feel both satisfying and suspenseful. Every detail, from the choice of setting to the music, reinforces the underlying themes of desire, duty, and consequence. The ending is not simply about resolving conflicts but about highlighting the complexity of human emotion and social interaction, setting the stage for even greater drama in Part 2. Section 3 dives deeper into the motives driving the characters during the finale, revealing the layers that make their choices both believable and compelling. Anthony Bridgerton's actions are influenced not just by desire, but by the burden of legacy and responsibility. As Viscount, he is acutely aware that every move he makes is scrutinized, both by society and by those closest to him. His struggle is not only about love, but about control, the fear that letting his emotions dictate his actions could destabilize the carefully constructed world he inhabits. In the finale, subtle moments reveal his inner conflict, a lingering pause before speaking, a hesitant gesture, the tension in his posture. These small details, often overlooked by casual viewers, reflect the push and pull between his longing for personal happiness and his ingrained sense of duty. Anthony's decisions are therefore a mixture of calculated thought and raw emotion, showing how layered his character truly is. Kate Sharma's decisions are equally complex, shaped by both her love for Anthony and the obligations she feels toward her family. The finale highlights moments where she must balance honesty with discretion, courage with caution. Her choices are never impulsive. They are strategic, yet emotionally charged. For instance, a single glance or a brief hesitation can reveal more than a lengthy dialogue could, showcasing her internal battle between heart and mind. Kate's protective instincts for her family and her desire for autonomy intersect in critical ways, influencing how she approaches Anthony and the social situations surrounding them. The finale carefully demonstrates that her strength does not come from dominance or power alone, but from emotional intelligence and the ability to read and respond to the subtle signals of those around. Penelope Featherington's influence is understated but pivotal, demonstrating the power of quiet strategy. Throughout the season, her actions have been guided by a combination of empathy, intelligence, and timing. In the finale, these traits culminate in moments that shape the direction of the story without overt confrontation. She understands social dynamics deeply, recognizing that influence often comes from observation rather than direct action. Beyond individual choices, the finale emphasizes the impact of societal pressures on every character. The world of Bridgerton is one where appearances are paramount, and even genuine feelings must be filtered through social expectation. Every character's motivation is shaped not only by personal desire, but also by the potential repercussions of scandal, rejection, or failure. This is evident in the nuanced interactions between secondary characters, whose seemingly minor actions or words ripple outward to affect major outcomes. The writers carefully embed visual and dialogue cues that hint at these pressures, gestures, expressions, and silent reactions that communicate volumes about fear, longing, and constraint. The finale of Part 1, therefore, is as much about what is left unsaid and unseen as it is about what is overtly revealed. It challenges viewers to consider how hidden motivations and societal influence shape decisions, and it underscores the idea that in the world of Bridgerton, personal desire and social expectation are rarely in harmony. Ultimately, the ending of Part 1 invites viewers to look beyond surface-level drama and focus on the intricacies of human behavior. Anthony, Kate, Penelope, and others act not only from emotion but from calculation, experience, and circumstance. Every subtle movement, glance, or expression carries meaning, revealing the complex interplay of heart, mind, and society. It is this careful layering of motivation and hidden detail that gives the finale its depth, leaving viewers eager to see how these internal conflicts will unfold in Part 2, and proving that in Bridgerton, the most powerful moments are often the ones that go unnoticed until they explode into consequence. Section 4 shifts attention from what has already unfolded to what might come next, exploring theories and possibilities that stem naturally from the events of Part 1. The ending leaves several threads unresolved, creating room for speculation about character trajectories and future conflicts. Anthony Bridgerton's journey, for example, is far from complete. While Part 1 emphasizes his internal struggle between heart and duty, the consequences of his choices are only beginning to emerge. Will he allow his emotions to fully guide him in Part 2? Or will societal expectations and the responsibilities of his title continue to hold him back? The finale hints that Anthony's pride may be his greatest obstacle, suggesting that upcoming episodes could explore not just romantic resolution, but also personal growth and accountability. Subtle moments from the finale, hesitations, thoughtful glances, and quiet confrontation serve as clues, implying that his next steps will be both emotionally charged and socially consequential. Kate Sharma's path forward is equally intriguing. Her decisions in Part 1 demonstrate intelligence, courage, and emotional depth, but they also set the stage for new complications. The ending reveals her willingness to assert herself within the rigid social structures of the time, yet it also hints at vulnerabilities that could be exploited by rivals or misunderstandings. Speculation arises around how her relationship with Anthony will evolve. Will mutual respect and growing affection overcome pride and past tensions? Or will external pressures, jealousy, or secrets create further obstacles? The finale carefully plants these questions, showing that while Kate has demonstrated agency, the challenges of navigating love, family, and society are far from over. Penelope Featherington's role offers some of the richest opportunities for speculation. In Part 1, her quiet but decisive influence has shaped the outcomes of other characters' choices without overtly drawing attention to herself. This sets the stage for a possible elevation of her prominence in Part 2, where her intelligence and understanding of social dynamics could allow her to manipulate events more openly or strategically. Fans may speculate about her future alliances, her handling of emerging secrets, and whether she will step further into the spotlight as a key player in the Bridgerton social web. Every small clue from Part 1, the glance at a letter, a subtle interaction with a key character, or her reactions to unfolding drama suggests that her impact in Part 2 could be significant, perhaps even altering the course of the main narrative. The finale also opens the door for broader societal and family conflicts to intensify. Rivalries, hidden agendas, and social hierarchies are central to the Bridgerton world, and Part 1 carefully positions characters to face new tensions in the coming episodes and resolve disputes. Romantic misunderstandings and concealed secrets leave viewers questioning which relationships will endure, which will fracture, and which will transform entirely. This uncertainty fuels fan theories, with viewers speculating about everything from unexpected betrayals to secret alliances that could redefine the social landscape. Even minor characters could rise in importance, as subtle manipulations or revelations often have outsized effects in Bridgerton's tightly interwoven world. Ultimately, the theories and speculations emerging from the Part 1 finale highlight one of Bridgerton's greatest strengths: its ability to make every glance, word, and choice resonate with potential consequences. The unresolved storylines are designed not just to provoke curiosity, but to reflect the realistic complexities of relationships, social pressures, and personal ambition. Every character's next move carries weight, and viewers are left considering multiple possibilities for love, loyalty, and rivalry. Part 2 promises not only to resolve existing tensions, but also to explore deeper themes of trust, ambition, and identity, while continuing the series' signature mix of romance, intrigue, and subtle social critique. The final's deliberate ambiguity ensures that audiences remain engaged, theorizing about outcomes and eagerly anticipating the next chapter in the ever-compelling world of Bridgerton. Section 5 focuses on the lasting impact of the Part 1 finale, highlighting key takeaways and the questions that continue to engage viewers even after the credits roll. The ending emphasizes that every decision, no matter how small, carries weight in the world of Bridgerton, where social perception and personal ambition are constantly intertwined. Characters are shaped as much by their choices as by the reactions of others, and the finale underscores the delicate balance between acting on desire and navigating societal expectations. Anthony Bridgerton's journey in particular demonstrates how internal conflicts can ripple outward, affecting not only romantic relationships but also family dynamics, personal growth, and social standing. Viewers are invited to consider how pride, vulnerability, and strategic thinking collide to create outcomes that are both emotionally satisfying and socially complex. Kate Sharma's narrative in Part 1 reinforces this theme, showing that strength and intelligence alone are not enough to navigate the intricate social web she inhabits. Her careful maneuvers, emotional honesty, and willingness to assert herself make her a compelling figure, but the ending makes it clear that challenges remain. The finale encourages reflection on the nature of compromise and choice. What does it mean to act with integrity when the consequences of every decision are magnified by public scrutiny? Kate's storyline prompts audiences to consider the tension between self-interest and duty, between private desire and public expectation, and how these opposing forces shape not only her actions, but the trajectory of everyone around her. Penelope Featherington's role in the finale offers a subtle yet profound takeaway. Her influence, often operating behind the scenes, demonstrates the power of observation, patience, and timing. The ending shows that influence does not always come from overt action or visible authority. Sometimes the quiet, calculated decisions have the largest impact. Viewers are reminded that attention to detail, empathy, and strategic thinking can allow a character to shape outcomes in ways that might not be immediately obvious. Penelope's arc is a study in nuanced power, showing how intelligence, discretion, and subtlety can affect not only personal relationships, but the larger social landscape, leaving audiences reflecting on the hidden forces that drive events both in the series and in real-life interact. The finale also raises lingering questions that fuel discussion and speculation. What will the consequences of the characters' decisions be in Part 2? How will unresolved tensions between love and duty, secrecy and revelation, pride and vulnerability play out in future episodes? Which relationships will survive? Which will fracture? And which will transform in unexpected ways? By leaving these questions open, the ending encourages viewers to actively engage with the story, analyzing gestures, dialogue, and social cues to anticipate possible outcomes. It reinforces the idea that Bridgerton is not just a tale of romance and drama, but also a nuanced study of human behavior, social hierarchy, and emotional complexity. Ultimately, Part 1 of Season 4 demonstrates that endings are rarely final in the world of Bridgerton. Every choice sets the stage for future developments, and every revelation creates ripple effects that influence character behavior, relationships, and social power. The final strength lies in its ability to balance closure with suspense, giving audiences both satisfaction and anticipation. It encourages viewers to reflect on what they have witnessed, consider the motivations behind each action, and engage with the characters on a deeper level. As the story moves into Part 2, the lessons, revelations, and unanswered questions of Part 1 will continue to shape the narrative, reminding audiences that in Bridgerton, every glance,